Happy Friday, everybody. This is Jill Blanchette with Green Thumb Stampers. I'm here today to show you a little tip on how to use up some quote-unquote garbage that you may have sitting around your house. Hang on. Today we're going to talk about these little packets that come in shoes and purses and things like that that helps keep the moisture away. I have two different kinds here to show you. They're the Desiccant packets, or silica gel they're also called, but this packet has these little brown balls in them. I'm not sure, they must be clay, because when you get these wet, they will get turned to mush, and if you press them, smash them hard enough, they will break. I'm not going to do anything with these because I already tried it, and like I said, they kind of turn to mush. So if by chance you have the farm set or one of the animal sets, you want to make some poo, these would be great for that because they're little tiny brown nuggets. Or smash them up and spread them. You could turn it into some chunky mud. We're going to use the other packet that is also brown. Okay, I grabbed the wrong one. We're going to use the other packet that is these clear. Can you see? They're the little clear beads. We're going to use those. We're going to dye them. So if you put some into a little, this is a watercolor tray. And then I'm going to use a lighter color today than what I did the last time that I used them, because I'm going to do another project and I want to have some pool party colored beads. So I'm going to just take my re-inker and I'm going to put a few drops in with the beads, and then going to use my pick tool and I'm going to spread the color around in there just to kind of coat everything. And I'm going to let that sit for a couple minutes. Just kind of soak in, let the little bead itself soak up some of this straight on color. Like that. And then after a couple minutes, I'm going to squirt my water in and fill my little cup up with water. So hang on and I'll be back when I do that. And I'm going to tell you, I think, in my head, that the reason you want to soak them in the pure ink first is because when you get the water in there, it's going to dilute to the same strength in the whole cup. So each bead will then be equal, so to speak, in the liquid base. And this way, they're each being touched differently by the full strength ink. And so they're going to suck up a little bit of ink at different levels. So now I'm just going to put some water in the little cup. When I did these the other day, they started popping out of here like popcorn in hot oil. I don't hear them popping today, so we may be good. Nope, there went one. So let me put... I'm going to put something over the top to keep it from popping out all over. And then I was going to now tell you again about these little brown ones. I did put some dye on them the other day, and they darkened up, but again, they turned to mud. And so while I guess they're in the same tray, I'll show you. I'm going to soak them in the water. So now you want to let this sit like a half an hour at least, just to kind of soak up. You don't have to, but the longer you soak it, it gives it more time to maximize the soaking up the ink. I don't think you can hear that. Did you see? I don't think you can, it stopped now, but they're popping out. So I'm going to keep this block over the top of them for now, and I will be back in a little bit after I let them soak. All right, so they've been soaking for a while now. Just going to go ahead and I'll show you these brown ones first. See, they must be like a clay, so they've totally turned to a mush, which would make, like I said, a nice mud for your barnyard, or if you got a monster truck stamp and you need to have some mud or some poo. But we're going to dump out the pool party ones. Leave those other ones in there. Just dumping them onto a piece of paper towel. And now I will transfer them to another towel just to show you how they are now colored and ready for use on a project somewhere. And you can see the different colors. There's different darknesses of them. So after you dump them, just be sure that you give them a little bit to dry. Can you see the towel underneath is getting a little bit of the ink water on it? So just make sure that you've dried them off real good, giving them a little time, and then just store them either in a little baggie, or if you have a old container that gems or brads and stuff came in, you could put it in that. But aren't those pretty? So that's just our little tip share for today, is how to make yourself some shaker beads. Or I will put in a picture of the card that I made. Oh, I got it right here. This was one of the cards we made for the Seaside Bay class, and I used some that were dyed in Bermuda Bay, and then I just added them to the front of the card. So you could do something like this with them in a separate, or as a mixed media, or as I said, in a shaker card. That's it, you guys. So there you have it, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed this tip, using up your silica packets that you were going to throw away. Squirt a little re-inker in there and give it a try. You got some ready-made free bling. Have a great weekend, everybody. I'll see you again.